this is not the kind of car that should get better. The Kia Sportage Hybrid was already one of the best-selling, highest-ranked compact SUVs on the market. A Motor Trend podium finisher beloved for its value, comfort, and reliability. So when Kia says, "We made it better for 2026, the real question isn't what they changed, it's why. Because when you're already winning, futzing with perfection can backfire. But after driving the updated 2026 Sportage Hybrid through the rolling hills of Kentucky Bourbon Country, I can tell you this: Kia didn't break a good thing. They refined it. No wild redesign, no over-the-top tech. Just smart, surgical upgrades that make an already great SUV feel more confident, more capable, and more fun, without losing its soul. The hybrid powertrain now makes 232 horsepower, up 5 from last year. The suspension's been me-tuned. There's a new X-Line trim for light off-roaders. And for the first time, every trim gets wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plus a standard head-up display on the top model. But here's the twist: fuel economy dropped. Yes, from 38 mpg to 35 to 36 mpg. So did Kia mess up? Or is there a method to this madness? Let's find out, because sometimes going slower on paper means going faster where it matters. Let's talk about what makes the Sportage Hybrid different from every other hybrid SUV on the road. Most. Like the Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, and Subaru Forester use a CVT, continuously variable transmission. And if you've driven one, you know the deal. The engine revs up and stays there, like a lawnmower on a loop. It's efficient, sure, but it feels fake. The Sportage? It uses a 6-speed automatic transmission. Yes, a real gearbox, with the electric motor sandwiched between the engine and the transmission. That means real gear shifts, natural engine revs, and a driving experience that feels like a normal car, not a sci-fi pod. The engine is a 1.6-liter Turbo 4, 177 horsepower, paired with a 64 horsepower electric motor. Combined, 232 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque. That's not class-leading, but it's plenty. The real magic is in the delivery. Power comes on strong from low RPM, the turbo spools early, and the 6-speed shifts with purpose. No hunting, no lag, no rubber band effect. And in sport mode, this little SUV comes alive. The transmission holds gears longer, engine braking kicks in, and you can actually feel the weight shift as you dive into a corner. It's not a sports car, but on a twisty back road, it plays one. And for drivers who hate the motorboat drone of CVTs, this is exactly what's been missing. Here's the headline that made some people panic. 2026 Sportage Hybrid fuel economy dropped from 38 to 35, 36, 35 mpg. That's a loss of 3 mpg across the board. But before you write it off, let's dig deeper. The drop isn't because the powertrain got less efficient. It's because the most popular trim, the SX Prestige, now comes with bigger 19-inch wheels and tires. And bigger tires mean more rolling resistance. Because Kia sells so many SX models, the sales-weighted average had to reflect that. But here's the good news. If you buy the base LX or new S trim, you can still get 41, 44, 42 mpg, among the best in the class. So Kia didn't make the whole lineup worse. They gave the top trims a sportier, more aggressive look, and let buyers choose. Want max efficiency? Go FWD, smaller wheels, LX trim. Want style and capability? Pay a small fuel economy price. It's a fair trade. And in real-world testing, 154 miles of hilly, curvy roads, no traffic, we averaged 31.8 mpg. That's not 38, but it's respectable for a day of spirited driving. And with a 575-mile estimated range, you're still stopping less than most gas SUVs. Kia didn't just tweak the powertrain, they expanded the lineup. For 2026, there's a new S trim, basically a $31,785 LX with all-wheel drive added for $2,300. That's huge. Before, all-wheel drive was only available on higher trims. Now, even the base model can go off-road, and it's priced to sell. Then there's the X-Line, $36,985, $1,900 above the EX, and $4,900 below the SX Prestige. It's not a hardcore off-roader like a Trailhawk, but it gets raised suspension, all-terrain tires, and rugged body cladding. Perfect for gravel roads, forest trails, or snowy commutes. It's the Goldilocks of the Sportage lineup. Not too soft, not too extreme. And the SX Prestige, still the range topper, loaded with Napa leather, a panoramic sunroof, but 12-speaker Bose audio system, and Smart Park, Kia's hands-free parking assist. But the real win is value. Even fully loaded, the SX Prestige comes in under $42K, thousands less than a loaded RAV4 Limited. Kia isn't trying to be luxurious, they're trying to be generous, and it shows. Inside, the 2026 Sportage Hybrid feels modern, not cluttered. The dual 12.3-inch screens, one for the driver, one for infotainment, are standard on higher trims, and the graphics are crisp. The all-digital gauge cluster is fully configurable on the SX, while base models get a hybrid layout with fixed speedo and tach. But the real upgrade? Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, now standard on every trim. No more cables, no more frustration. And on the SX, there's a standard head-up display, a feature usually reserved for luxury brands. It projects speed, navigation, and adaptive cruise info onto the windshield, so you never take your eyes off the road. There's also phone as a key tech. Unlock and start the car with your phone in your pocket. We didn't test it, but it's a sign Kia's thinking ahead. The front and rear USB-C ports replace the old USB-A, and the wireless charging pad is perfectly sized. The Smart Park system can parallel or perpendicular park for you, and the 360-degree camera with parking sensors covers front, rear, and side obstacles. It isn't just tech for tech's sake. It's useful tech, the kind that makes daily driving easier. The Sportage used to have a slightly soft suspension, great for comfort, not so much for corners. For 2026, Kia retuned it, especially on models with 19-inch wheels. The result? Firmer, flatter, more controlled. Body roll is reduced. The nose dives less under braking. And on Kentucky's twisty backroads, the Sportage felt more planted, more eager to turn in. The steering is still light, not sporty, but it's accurate. And in sport mode, the whole car tightens up. The transmission holds gears. The throttle gets sharper. And the terrain modes, snow, mud, sand, are now standard. We didn't test them, no mud or ice, but they adjust traction control, throttle response, and transmission logic for low grip surfaces. It's not a Jeep level system, but for light off-roading or winter driving, it's reassuring. And with all-wheel drive standard on most trims, the Sportage Hybrid is ready for anything short of a rock crawl. The 2026 Kia Sportage Hybrid isn't for the person who wants the fastest 0 to 60 or the most luxurious interior. It's for the practical driver who wants a well-rounded, no-drama SUV that's fun to drive, cheap to run, and packed with value. It's for the parent who needs space, safety, and tech. The commuter who wants efficiency without the CVT drone. The weekend adventurer who wants all-wheel drive and light off-road ability. And the value shopper who wants near luxury features without the luxury price. It's not the most efficient hybrid. It's not the most powerful, but it might be the most balanced. And in a segment full of compromises, that's rare. So, is the 2026 Kia Sportage Hybrid a good fix of the unbroken? Yes, but not because it's radically different, because it's better where it counts. The extra 5 horsepower? You won't feel it, but you will feel the sharper handling, the more responsive transmission, and the upgraded tech. The fuel economy drop? It's real. but only if you buy the big wheel trims. And Kia gave buyers a way out. Go base, go efficient. This isn't a desperate refresh. It's a confident evolution. Kia didn't panic. They didn't overreach. They just made a great SUV even better. Quietly, thoughtfully, and without losing what made it a winner in the first place. So yes, the Sportage Hybrid is still a podium contender. And in a world of overcomplicated, overpriced crossovers, that's exactly what we need. Would I take the Sportage Hybrid over a RAV4 or CR-V? If I wanted a normal driving feel and real gear shifts, absolutely. If I wanted max MPG, maybe not. But for most people, the Sportage hits the sweet spot. What do you think? Is the fuel economy drop a deal breaker? Could you see yourself in the new X-Line? Drop a comment below. Smash that like button if you want more honest SUV reviews and real-world comparisons. And subscribe, because we're not just reviewing cars, we're finding the ones that actually make sense. Until next time, drive smart, stay balanced.